In today's video, I'm going to be telling you how to sell anything to anyone in any industry to any type of buyer whatsoever. And I'm going to do it by answering one question. Before I get into that question though, we need to have a basic understanding of how selling works. If you want to sell something to someone and somebody buys from you, it means that the weight and the pain of the problem that you are solving is greater than the weight or the pain of them giving their money over to you. That's the basic understanding we need to have, because the moment our solution, or the moment that the pain that our solution solved for isn't as great or as painful as somebody giving their money over to you, that is when we start getting people who start hemming and hawing. They may ghost you, or worst of all, they may have buyer's remorse and ask for a refund because they're still feeling the sting of giving that money away and they're not feeling the salve of having their problem taken care of. So we need to make sure that we understand that the problem we are solving for is a greater pain than the problem or the pain of somebody giving their money over to you. So with that in mind, the question that we need to answer to make sure that you can sell to literally anyone is, why do people buy? We need to understand what is the fundamental reasoning behind somebody purchasing your product. Because the common mistake that a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs make is that everybody buys the same. We have the same blanket marketing tactics, same language, the same sales scripts of how to sell to somebody, because we think everybody is going to be purchasing from the exact same emotional plane. And that's just simply not true. Everybody is purchasing from a different point or a different emotional place when it comes to purchasing your product. Your job as an entrepreneur is to figure out what emotional state of mind your buyer is in addition to what level of trust is your buyer at with your brand. So I'll give you an example. You may have two buyers. One buyer may be resentful. They are resentful. They are ashamed. They are looking for something to take that resentfulness and that shame away. They're looking for a way to redeem themselves. So they purchase your product. On the other hand, we have somebody who is just incredibly happy. They're stable. They are just looking for something to pass the time. And your product seemed like a great opportunity for them to learn something even more. But they're coming from a really good place. They buy your product. The way that you sell to these two buyers are completely different. They do not resonate with the exact same post or the exact same content. They need something different in order for you to close both clients. Now, the way that we have been taught in our little small subsection of business where we focus primarily on social media to get our sales, we've been taught that you need to be very focused on one type of buyer. You can only target one type of buyer. All your content is focused on that buyer. The issue though is that when we target just the one buyer and we only focus all of our marketing on the emotional plane and state of mind of that buyer, we're ignoring all the other buyers that we could be having. We're ignoring 3 or 4 other buyers who buy completely different ways and need to hear completely different things, but we're ignoring it because we're focusing on just the one buyer. And then all of a sudden, we have all these businesses that are struggling with getting clients because they don't know how to talk to the other clients. This is why it's important that we understand the emotional state of mind of our buyers, because there's more than one, and we need to talk to all of them. So that's number one. The second one is trust. What's the level of trust that your buyer has with you at point of purchase? Do they trust you with a like on your Instagram post? Do they trust you with a comment? Do they trust you with an opt-in so they're on your email list? Do they trust you to give you their number so you can call them and do a sales call? What's the level of trust? And you have to keep in mind as well that the further along the level of communication is, the deeper the communication is. So getting on a phone call, meeting face to face, doing a Skype call, or simply texting. Those levels of communication show you the level of trust that your clientele has. And just fair tip here, if you are doing a high ticket offer, you want to make sure that your level of communication is on the deeper end. Because I assure you, somebody who just likes your stuff and doesn't do any other level of engagement isn't going to purchase a $1,500 package from you, because the level of trust is simply not there. So with all of these factors in mind, you have to recognize that there are different ways and different points of selling to a person in a way that matters most to them based on the level of trust and the level of emotion that they're at when they're coming to you. So then the next question then becomes, okay, so what are the different emotional states of mind? Like, what are the different emotional points or selling points that I need to be considering when it comes to how my buyer buys, so that I can make sure that my marketing covers that. So over the next few videos, we are going to be talking about what I call the 5 body parts of selling. And we're going to be explaining how each body part represents a different type of buyer, a different type of buying pattern and buying decision, and what you need to be considering if you want to be selling from this plane. Those 5 body parts are the brain, the heart, the stomach, the genitals, and the soul. So if you're interested in figuring out how you want to customize your sales experience so that you never have to worry about getting clients again, stick around for the next 5 videos that are going to be dropping over the next few days. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below.